Oh, sorry. Just finished snacking and all this gas is coming up. Uh, I'm always running from video to video, man. As soon as one uploads, I'm like, I'm trying to make another one, as many a day. Ever since this net neutrality thing, man, my video time has been hacked. Since they put the smart meter in the house, all of a sudden now, our hot water only lasts for like 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Weird. Uh, but the premise of this video is the mystery of corn. Corn, very common stuff. It's in Egypt. The corn signified the 7 years of famine, 7 years of feast. Okay. So, and another thing, corn's Egypt. You got, or definitely it was in Egypt in the time of Joseph. And they said they found, it's like corn might have got exported to the world from America. But, so that's weird. But I'm going to tell you the legend of where the Indians, or Hiawatha, where he said corn came from. Or so the legend of Hiawatha says corn came from. Hiawatha went alone to fast. Because Indians used to fast. And see, everyone wants to say, Indians were all on this voodoo. No, what it is, they had their god was named the Great Spirit. Not the great spirits, as in multiple. And there's different composites of this same story here. There's two different types of story here in America. You got those that worship one God, and this God also had an intercessory spirit, which jives with Jesus and the Father. You know what I'm saying? To an extent, the Great Spirit, the father of all man and spirits, all animals, man, even some other objects have spirit. They may not have soul, but they have spirit. Indians were aware of this. A spirit is called a manitau. So the Great Spirit, basically, he can't talk to man only through maybe thought, inspiration, or messenger through. Because, that's even what it says in the Bible. How come you had to have Levitical priests go talk to God for you? Everyone else would get burned up. The Indians were also aware of the same thing. But basically, you got like the Lakota, and they're Gaia worshippers, mother goddess worshippers, because Earth is the goddess. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed something. Their white buffalo story is so almost like the red heifer story. But I look at it more as they worship the bull. Just like Egypt, just like the Greeks, just like everyone else. They worship Jabulon, the bull. Or, I heard Yahweh is the bull. And I'm not saying all Hebrews worship the bull, but a lot do in secret. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to debunk this so far. I'm not sure if somebody threw that out there just to smear all Jews. Like, we know those that say they are Jews but are not, worship this, so we can burn all Jews with this. And then we can all of a sudden abandon our Jew identity. And then, the real Jews get smoked again. You know what I'm saying? Which would be horrible. Just because I'm against the Talmudic double standard. You know what I'm saying? And it's a worldwide phenomenon. They have exported that to everyone. But back to corn. Good dude, truther guy. His name's Round Saturn's Eye. He took this whole Saturn element in the cube, the middle part of the Star of Moloch, or the Star of Seal of Solomon, the symbol of Moloch, aka the Star of David, but it's not really the Star of David. That's like a newer name put on an old symbol. It's called the Chiun in the Bible. And just people always overlook this, man. They're afraid of it. They don't want to offend the state of Israel. All the while, you know what I'm saying, not adhering to the word, man. I can understand to an extent. I don't know who your benefactors are, and maybe that's offensive to them. Whatever. Let's take these things into consideration. Back to Round Saturn's Eye. Round Saturn's Eye made this video on corn. And, we had conversation about something about the Chronos connections. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to Saturn. But back to Hiawatha. He said that he went to fast. And when you fast, you go away from the rest of the tribe. And you build your own little temporary wigwam And all you do is you drink water and you eat as little as food as it takes just to live. Or sometimes you don't eat at all. And it brings on visions. You know what I'm saying? Because you weaken your flesh to the point where your spirit's the only thing keeping you alive. So basically, Hiawatha, he sat there for a few days, and his whoever was looking after him kept saying, "Hey, Hiawatha, it's a good time to end the fast, man. I'm afraid you're gonna die." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna keep going until I get my answer." And he's fasting and praying and waiting for a vision on God. He's waiting on God, not God's, not any old spirit. He was waiting on God, on the Great Spirit. That was the Indians' name for God. Okay, just like, listen, Enoch, Noah's grandson, called God the Lord of Spirits. Look, Great Spirit, Lord of Hosts. You know what I'm saying? There's big connections. Plus, the Indians admit we came from a flood, and it was because man did some great sin. You know what I'm saying? That God had to destroy the earth, but there was an intercessory spirit that like, and if you know Jesus, you know what I'm saying? That how he really cares for man. God desires that no man should perish, but sometimes we do things that there's consequences for our actions, basically. Back to Hiawatha fasting. Finally, he got a messenger came, and it was it was an angel that came, and he was dressed in yellow and green, and they wrestled. And then the angel said, "All right, we got to quit now," and he left. Or he said, "I'll be back tomorrow." And they came back for 7 days and wrestled every day. And finally, on I think the end of the certain day, the angel said, "Look, tomorrow I'm coming back, and you're gonna beat me." And he goes, "And when I pass," he goes, "plant my body in the ground, and he goes, make the dirt under it, or the dirt above it soft." And he goes, and guard the spot. He goes, and make sure that the ravens don't come and disturb it. So the angel comes, and basically, Hiawatha beats the angel, or at least overcomes him. It doesn't say beat. It doesn't necessarily say it was super violent. It was just, we've heard the story with Jacob wrestling with the angel. A similar story. You know what I'm saying? And Hiawatha overcomes him, and he said you had to strip his garments, and then bury him. So, and then he keeps coming back every day, checking it, making sure that it's not disturbed, and eventually corn comes up. So that's where they say corn came from. And now this dude's around Saturn's eyes saying that corn has the identical carbon molecule